Man, Blizzard is cooking. Oh my god. I mean, so yesterday, if you don't know, Blizzard dropped this tweet, very cryptic, clearly an up-resed version of the Judgment set, and everyone was, speculating what could this be. Now, this has nothing to do with Classic, because you could tell that's Hallowfall there in the background of this image. But the main thing was, could this be related to the Classic event, or could this be some kind of, up-res version of another character, maybe Erator or someone who's known for wearing the Judgment set? Well, we got our answer today, and my god, it is bigger than we ever expected. So Blizzard released a Wildcast where they talked about what they had done with previous events and how they wanted to do something bigger than that for this event in particular, and bigger they did go. For one, we're going back to Blackrock Depths, and this is not just like some time-walking, reawakened version. No, this is a fully revamped, brand new mechanics to the fights, brand new stuff dropping. I mean, it's revamped stuff dropping, so basically up-res tier set and everything, but all the fights are new, everything's going to be new. This is going to be a completely new experience for everybody who's rating it, and yet somewhat nostalgic. Now, this one shocked me. On top of that, we're getting the Encourage, opening of Encourage Gates event again. This is insane. This is basically reliving the opening of Encourage through some kind of like a chromey time-walking event where there's going to be other, villains from the past popping up. Kalthazad, we're going to kill him for the 300th time, but this is really cool. It's going to be a queuable event that you go in and you can do, and of course loot will be dropping there as well as a new currency that they mentioned. Even more on top of that, they are bringing time walking back, but it's going to be time walking dungeons. So they're bringing back the original dungeons. We're talking Dead Mines, Zul'Farrak, Dire Maul, 2 wings of that, and Strathome, 2 wings of that. Brand new time-walking versions of them with, updated gear for the eye level in terms of what you're going to be getting, but really cool stuff that we're going to be seeing here. They briefly went over some of the gear and loot that we're going to be getting, so they're up-resing some of the old mounts from these previous events. We're going to have a new currency that we're going to be getting from this anniversary event that we're going to get to use to get new transmog and all kinds of cool new loot, including mounts. On top of that, there's going to be this whole, fair thing going on outside of the Caverns of Time. We've dealt with events inside, but this one's going to be dealing with outside. There's all kinds of stuff going on here. There's going to be a transmog competition. There's going to be a mount-off competition that they were showing clips of briefly. That'll be popping up here on the screen in a little bit. This lore walker talking about different, events that have happened in the history of WoW. Really, really cool stuff that they were showing. This is the mount-off event. We've never seen anything like this in WoW before, where you're going to literally be mounting off as your typical mount-off events that we've seen other streamers do before. This is really cool stuff that they introduced. They showed off this thing where you'll be able to become your pets that you have in your pet log and run around as your pet, as well as become previous heroes of Azeroth. There's Chadgar for you. They also briefly mentioned the return of 3 world bosses that we've had in the past. Really, really cool stuff. Khazar'gos, to name a few, and obviously you're gonna Shaw of Anger there, so you're gonna be able to get some cool loot from those. And then one of the cool new things that they showed off was this new mount that you're gonna be able to get from the event, and they talked about how you'll be able to use the event currency that you've gathered up from all the things you did to get this. What the cost is yet, we don't know, but a lot of cool stuff coming from this, including this brand new mount. Obviously really, really nice. They also talked about these sets that I guess they give to Blizzard employees when they've been there for a while. They put these in the game, so you're gonna be able to get these. It's a new armor set that you'll be able to again use the currency for to get. On top of that, there's this transmog for the original WoW races. You see the orc, the human, the night elf, and the undead one there. Really, really cool stuff in terms of transmog. And then the thing that the tweet was all about, the revamped tier sets. So they did talk about that revamp of all the tier sets. And one interesting thing that they mentioned was, yeah, everyone's getting their tier sets revamped, but what about the classes that didn't have tier sets in the past from tier 2? Well, they briefly mentioned that these tier sets are going to be coming for classes that weren't available at that time, basically taking inspiration from NPCs that somewhat existed. So Neltharians, they just showed right there, a Lich King one inspired there. So really cool stuff for the Monk, Death Knight, and Demon Hunter, and Drakthir. They're going to get their sets too. Now, there is so much more coming in this event, and I'm going to cover all of that stuff in detail tomorrow, but I just wanted to quickly give you guys a brief overview. Man, Blizzard cooked, and this is freaking amazing.